Oh, there we go. Finally. All right. And hold that there. All right. A lot of people are jumping on the thing. Look, Discovery's been removed from bandwagon. Me and a few other, like Stuart over on Trek Cards, we've been saying this for years. This is not a part of Star Trek continuity. He even goes so far as to say he doesn't refer to it as Star Trek Discovery. He just calls it Discovery. It's not Star Trek. But let me go ahead and break this down for everyone who's not quite up on this. Let's see if I can. No, this is good. This goes back to some videos I did long time ago. That's why it's like before Lower Decks is even announced at this point. But like, this was the myth we were sold for so many years. This is the original Star Trek timeline. And then we have the Kelvin incident, which, when the Kelvin, and it supposedly shoots off into the Kelvin timeline, and Discovery takes place right there. Which is, but it didn't, it's part of the main timeline. Feldicard, no, it's not, because the thing is, you have this little CBS fight when the two are kind of split into the two entities, and then the divide there. So the original timeline is still safe behind this barrier. And what happened is Bad Reboot came in, did their little Kelvin stuff, and they did the movies, and ostensibly they're in charge of Discovery because Kurtzman's one of JJ's boys, so they're following that line. So that's all down there. And at the time, the contract was due in 20. This is how long ago I was doing this. It was still like 2017, I think, when I did this stuff up. And that's when the other thing blows up and everything gets back to normal and we can finally blow it all away. Well, this is happened. It took a while to get to this point. Because now it's like you got these shows, you can stick the Lower Decks right behind Voyager there. I might do an updated version of that video here. Because here's, the whole thing with the prime time. Again, that's something that, again, Midnights, I just picked up on this. Foley did it on, and I did, prime timeline. That was a creation of JJ. Nobody referred to it as prime timeline before that. This is something we divert from the prime timeline because yeah, well, the prime timeline's all yours anyway. And that explains what, like their Spock had no clue how to do a time warp. Our Spock could do it in his head. So, because this is, the prime timeline, Romulus goes boom, and so Spock and Nero, their Spock and Nero go thrown back here, and this is where Picard takes place. And then the thing goes, Kelvin timeline, and then Vulcan goes boom, and then get the Kelvin timeline. But none of this has anything to do with the canon timeline. So basically, what Lower Decks has done is given us a nice little Christmas present. By now, whether this was because Skydance sent a note to Mike McMahon saying we'd really appreciate it if you would do something to get rid of, you're in a unique position. You can blow them up from the inside. If you could do something to get rid of Kurtzman and this stuff, that would be really nice. Or alternative, and probably a little more likely, because Lower Decks was pulling in good numbers. The audience response was good. Paramount was perfectly happy with bankrolling another 5 seasons of Lower Decks. They were fine with it. The cast, we got more stories to tell. We're not through yet. McMahon is still saying, no, we'll figure out something. Once the things have changed in the industry a bit, we'll be hitting hard, getting back on this. Kurtzman is the one that canceled Lower Decks. Because probably maybe a little out of spite, because, they pulled the plug on Discovery the first chance they could. Again, that contract guaranteed 5 seasons. And that show's also probably a key reason why the studios having to be sold. Because they bled so damn much money putting this thing into these idiotic projects of Kurtzman, spending money like putting drunken sailors the same machine compared to drunken sailors, because drunken sailors have some restraint. Be like drunken sailors if they had access to the DoD budget, instead of just their own pathetic paychecks. But trying to say, okay, well, I don't get 5 seasons. I don't get more than 5 seasons. Neither do you. So this could be just a parting shot. Oh, really? Well, we're not going to get more seasons out of this. We're going to blow up your whole damn show. And the nature of Lower Decks is such, they, being a bit of a subversive show to begin with, they were in the perfect position to just, essentially beam a photon torpedo onto the bridge of Discovery and watch it go boom. And it was done from the inside. It's beautiful. Now, like I said, I've been saying things along these lines for years. Others have been saying things, like I said, Foley over on Trek Yards has been the same thing. They're in a different position because they've got to play nice with everybody. So they're more focused on just analyzing ship designs and stuff like that. They don't go into this kind of nonsense. But on the occasions where they do, it's like, yeah, Stuart and Samuel, and neither one of them are particularly enamored with Discovery. That stuff makes no sense whatsoever. And again, now it's like, for whatever reason, Mike McMahon gave us a Christmas present. Said, Discovery, it's an alternate timeline. Everyone's jumping, and they're going, no, it's not. I mean, yeah, it does. That was the whole effect of the Schrodinger field. It rearranged things into alternate timelines. An alternate, there's, it's just a different period of time. No, alternate timelines too, because at one point the Cerritos has turned into a mirror universe version of the Cerritos. So yeah, alternate timelines were at play. And it's already been well established. Nothing in Discovery lines up with canon at all. I don't care how many gymnastics you got to go through to try and explain it. It doesn't work. The only thing that works is an alternate timeline. And even then, it's a very alternate timeline. You could pull up my things about, temporal dynamics, and it's one of the... Like, you got your main... Well, no, I already closed the program. You got your main timeline, and you got these offshoots, and it's way off in the weeds. Okay? The Klingons don't even look like Klingons. And again, with Discovery, that also takes Strange New Worlds with it, and Academy, and Section 31. Again, we're assuming Academy is even going to happen at this point, because we're not expected to see it until like 2026, maybe. It's all pre-production and development stuff. They've already spent a boatload of just building the most expensive sets. Like, they're supposed to impress us? Like, nobody's impressed anymore. We're the most expensive set ever built. Like, yeah, you're wasting more of Paramount's money. You're the reason why they're selling to Skydance. And a reminder to Kirkman, David Ellison, who's going to soon be your direct boss, does not like you. You did not make a good impression during the production of the JJ movies. Okay, so it's like, start packing your outfits up now. Save everyone some time. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I borrowed things from it. April was right. Okay. Discovery's an alternate timeline at best. And hopefully, it'll be a while to dig out of this ditch, but we are digging out of the ditch now. And we can thank Mike McMahon and a quick little 2-second shot in Lower Decks. And again, it should be noted that the programs that Kurtzman had the least to do with creatively, Lower Decks, Prodigy, Season 3 of Picard, those 3 line up pretty well. They show, their loyalties are with original canon. The stuff he has a hand in, bupkis. So I think with that one, we will go ahead and pull the plug here because we got things going on here. So I got to, oh, come on. It's doing weird things on me again. So we'll just go ahead and wrap it up there. Because everyone seems to be going on that I've been on this bandwagon for a very long time, people. Welcome aboard. And keeping the seat warm. So we'll talk at you later. As soon as this thing kicks on.